Welcome back. Episode 18.
Completely self-sufficient.
Episode 18. Holy shit, dude.
It's crazy.
It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts.
And we missed a bunch of weeks, too.
We're gonna start out two things. One, we have to apologize for absolutely butchering John Bonham and Greta Van Fleet. Because
Greta Van Fleet, I don't know, but John, I know it was John Bonham. I don't know why I said John Bonham.
I don't know, but the comments were not very kind to us not pronouncing
Who cares?
the name correctly. And as the show goes, we're not completely sorry, but we will be better.
You know what I say? Yeah. Don't ask for your worthless chime-ins, nerd.
Go sit down.
Go sit down, nerd.
Yeah. And two,
I'm going to the concert. You're not, nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck you.
I want to thank everybody that's been tuning in. We're getting a lot of views.
We appreciate
a lot of likes, a lot of comments. So
you like the new
we're
setup?
Keep it going.
You guys
changed our setup a little bit.
I kind of like it.
Yeah,
more room for activities.
Yeah, try it out.
I just did it.
Start adding stuff.
I just did it yesterday. That corner looks a little much, but yeah.
I think it looks bigger. Like it looks like a bigger space.
Yeah, it looks like a bigger space. I like it. It's easier to get around. It'll be good. I got to get some shelving units in here, and we'll change up the artwork over here. I got a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
framing's expensive.
Fuck, framing is expensive. Everything's expensive.
It's expensive. Framing's always been expensive.
Yeah,
nothing to do with inflation. It's just expensive.
Yeah,
yeah. All right, whatever. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. I got nothing.
You don't?
I got nothing.
Never have anything.
Pull open your list. What do I have? Oh, I did.
I thought you had nothing.
I always have something.
You lied to me.
My memory's not what it used to be.
I got something.
All right, go. We'll segue into mine later.
Did you know that you could sign up people to get visited by the Jehovah's Witnesses?
Really?
Just sign them up.
No way.
And people in the Jehovah's Witnesses will visit their house.
They're just on like a call list forever.
Yeah. They show up to their house.
Forever.
Yeah.
They're just some guy selling like Jehovah's Witness leads.
You just sign random people up. Just like, be careful because I'm feeling petty. So don't come at me.
That's great.
You might get a knock on your door on a Sunday morning.
There's some good ones. Like
it's not to talk about your laundry detergent.
Oh, my Lord. Could you imagine? I'd probably listen.
Have you accepted Christ as your Lord and Savior?
I get those knocks every now and then. Not every now and then. Once. It's happened once in the last 3 years I've been at my place.
I've never had a knock.
Yeah. I remember back in the day I had a knock.
The building I live in has security. So
I remember having a knock as a child. Like the first house we had that my dad built out east back in like when I was
going to say like the middle of the woods. They're venturing that far.
It was like over in Dune Alpin, like over by there. It wasn't not middle of the woods. Yeah, they came knocking on our doors. I remember
sharing the good word.
I remember my mom answered the door, and I remember it's like core memories, and they were just like, "Ma'am, do you know?" So we're talking about like home invasions, and they're just like, "You know what's going on in the world today?" Like, because people have been pushing fear forever. Yeah, it's not like it's not any worse today than it was 20 years ago. People have just been pushing fear forever, right?
Right.
And my mom says, "So why would I open the fucking door for you then?" and just closes the door.
I don't know why, but Jehovah's Witnesses always make me think of that Sopranos episode where Janice is dating like the Christian guy and they're at the dinner table. Yeah, he's at the dinner table,
nodding out,
and like
the narcoleptic, right?
Yeah, and like Jackie Jr. comes in, and the guy's like, "Have you heard the news?" And he looks at him and he goes, "He has risen." He's like, "Outstanding." What the fuck?
Great. Yeah, they get crazy, the Jehovah's.
Yeah.
I knew a bunch of like Jehovah's kids like that when I was a kid. I was on the bus with them back in the day. Yeah.
I only know one, and he's a very nice guy, but he's like drinks and stuff. Yeah. Jehovah's Witnesses don't normally drink.
So he's not like
He's
like an Amish guy who went on a Rumspringa.
He broke out of the cult.
Yeah, he's like Coke and booze is
They don't
more
celebrate
fun.
birthdays.
Who?
Jehovah's Witnesses. Did you know that?
I did know that actually.
Yeah, they don't celebrate birthdays.
I don't like. I kind of like that. I got a birthday coming up.
Yeah, very soon.
I was like, "What do you want to do?" I was like, "I don't care. Like, I don't really want to do anything."
It's a big one.
Not really. What's big about it?
38.
It's a big one.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's gonna enjoy the last couple of years of your 30s
I guess.
before you admit that you're a decrepit old fuck.
No, I'm never admitting that. I'm gonna stay on fucking TRT. I'm gonna stay on testosterone forever.
Like Robert Kennedy.
Yeah, dude, that guy looks great.
He doesn't speak well, but he looks great.
That has nothing to do with TRT. That's
Poor
just
guy's voice sounds like mine.
listen, man. You know, you got to. I was thinking about it today because we got a lot. We're like planning out concerts. We got a lot of concerts coming up. You know, I just might be in a wheelchair in like 10 years or 20 years with my MS. I don't know.
If you keep yourself healthy, hopefully not.
No, just get to a point where like you can't really do anything about it.
I mean, that's what what's her name? Christina Applegate.
Yeah, Christina Applegate. Who's the other one? Selma Blair.
Yeah,
She had it bad, and like it just happened. Like sometimes it just just happens.
yeah.
So, but you know what?
I think
I'm on a
medicine's,
wheelchair
like,
now.
Getting better though.
It's like funny. They like that. It's not funny. Like MS is one of those things. Like you'll never get cured from it, but you're also not going to die from it.
Really?
Yeah, like MS won't kill you. Like associated things to MS, like you have trouble breathing, trouble swallowing, because it's autoimmune. You could get like sick when you're older. Like things. It's like you don't die from AIDS. You die from getting pneumonia because your immune system's shot. So it's like the same type of idea. But like, yeah, there's really no. I take a medicine. I take an infusion, so it doesn't progress. But it just like it. I still have MS in the background, so like I notice things getting a little wonky. So I still got my legs. I'm going to Europe to see a fucking Metallica concert.
That's sick.
I'm gonna do it, and you gotta keep moving.
Get it out of the way, right?
I gotta keep moving until I can't, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Smart.
You gotta do it. It's just the reality of things.
Yeah.
It's cool. Got a cool wheelchair.
Do you get a jazzy at the concert?
I'm going to tell you what. I am going to apply for my handicap driving permit because I can get one.
Oh, the parking pass?
Parking pass. But with the parking pass, I get.
Bro, you test driving minivans and you're getting a handicap sticker? What the fuck is going?
Because with the listen, not for nothing. I got fucking walking issues, bro. I got walking issues from MS. I legit need a hip replacement. I have arthritis
right there with
in
you.
2 hips. I legit need a hip
I've
replacement.
already had hip surgery, so I'm right there with
And
you.
my neurologist said he'd sign off. He'd get me the sticker. So I'm going to get the handicap parking sticker.
Nice.
And then with that, I get the handicap entry to concerts.
That's
sick. You can get
that's worth its weight in gold.
We were at a.
You could probably skip lines at for concessions and shit.
We went to see Slightly Stupid and Sublime this summer with Devin and her brother-in-law.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there, and her brother-in-law's like, bro, he's like, you're fucking up, dude. Like, look at that handicap seating down there that's reserved. Look at that. He's like, we could be there right now. I was like, dude, you're right. You're fucking right. Because they do. Rockville, Jones Beach, they all have handicap entrance.
Yeah.
And general, like, admission peasant entrance.
Yeah.
With lines. Handicap, you just slide right in there. I'm telling you, this summer, I'm going handicap everywhere, bro.
I bought tickets.
Let's go to Disney. We ain't waiting on the line. Let's go.
I bought tickets on StubHub once to a Ranger game, and like it didn't specify, and I was like, oh, this section's like section 120, but it was like 120A.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, these aren't even that expensive. I was like, so we get there, and they're the handicap section.
Are they cheaper?
They weren't that expensive.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say they were cheaper, but they weren't that expensive.
Okay.
But like me and my buddy went, and we just like felt like such pieces of shit, like sitting in like that handicap accessible area. There's nothing wrong. Like,
well, how do you think I would feel? Like
we
people
just like bought them off StubHub, and like people are looking at us, and like he's like, yeah. If anybody looks at you, just like make a face or something. You'll be all right.
Just make a face.
That was the ticket guy at our section. He was like,
just limp, limp in and out.
But yeah. And honestly, there was like so much room for activities. It was like it was a great experience.
It's nicer.
Great experience.
I think I'm about to like just do handicap only seating at concerts. Why not?
Hey,
I'll get the look because I don't look like.
If you believe it, you can do it.
Be like, this guy doesn't look fucking handicapped. Just be like me and Devin pounding tequila, smoking weed in the handicap section.
like they really can do it all.
But tell me I'm a handicap because
I am handy-capable.
Because I'm handicapped, I can't slam tequila. I can't rock out with my cock out. That's
awesome.
I'm suing everybody.
Yeah.
So yeah, got to live life.
Nice.
Might go to the Red Hot Chili Peppers concert in June.
Where's that going to be?
West Palm Beach.
What venue?
Some like amphitheater. It's like a Bald Hill amphitheater. You sit on grass. Might check that out.
I know where that is. I went to
I've never been there.
New Year's Eve fireworks there when I lived down there.
I like West Palm.
Yeah.
I don't particularly like Florida, but I do like West Palm Beach. It's nice.
I liked West Palm.
It reminds me of the Hamptons. West Palm. You know, it's nice.
Yeah.
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 God, I hate when you look at that fucking list.
I'm looking at my notes, pal.
Okay, fine. No,
All right, be honest.
I'm always honest.
Did you look up Drake's dick?
No, I didn't. Because I just don't have.
You saw the video I sent you where Gino was making fun of you. Like, listen, if you looked it up and you're a straight male, he's like, you're a little gay.
No, I didn't. I didn't look it up because I don't have Twitter. And like, I was trying to look. You know what?
Apparently, Drake has a hog.
I saw the one who's a comedian with the afro. The guy, he's like,
yeah,
I just love that guy. And he was talking. He was like, Drake has a hog. Like the way he was doing it, I was like, okay, I hope so. Good for Drake.
Yeah.
No, I didn't look up his dick because you know why? Because
I saw a meme that was like, it's official. Drake can say the N-word.
that's shitty though. Like you got to feel bad for Drake because how many dick pics has he sent out and like none of them has leaked?
He took
and, like that's the one
video. It's a video.
Okay, it's a video. And he sent it to somebody.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Like how many? I
don't think it like got taken for his own personal.
That's what I'm saying. So like, fuck that chick. Like, how many dick videos has Drake's got a hog? If I'm sending this dick to everybody, and I'm Drake. I'm sending my big ass.
Another comedian was like
to everybody.
Was
right?
like reaction, or it was like Reaction Wednesday or Reaction Tuesday, or whatever. And he was like, I guess some guys can have it all.
I guess so, right? I don't know if I'm Drake and I got a big old dick, I'm sending it to all my groupies.
Yeah,
and
bro.
Like, and how long has he been famous and had a big old dick for? And that's the first one that gets out. It's kind of actually impressive.
Yeah,
that's actually super
he
impressive.
also like
Drake has been famous for 20 years.
Yeah, no, but he's also been like, he's the same guy that put hot sauce in the fucking condoms when he threw it in the trash, and then the girl burnt herself by trying to impregnate herself with his specimen. You know what I mean? So I'm sure he's like,
can I take a work call? I always answer this phone.
I'll edit it out.
Long Island Silver.
Jesus Christ. Paul's
Hello?
Pizza.
Hi.
I'm talking to the microphone.
What's going on? How are you?
Need to hear that.
No, thank you.
I always answer this phone. It's the fucking most pointless call ever. Thanks, guys.
Well, I got the new. We'll keep it in. It wasn't that long. I got this phone because my phone rings with bullshit, as most phones do, constantly. Sales calls bullshit.
Yeah.
Once you're on a list, you're on a fucking list forever. Mm-hmm. So this one is it's a track phone. I love this fucking thing.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
If it rings, it's because I put this number online for people to sell me their coins. I get no sales call. This guy was a sales call.
What's he trying to sell you?
A website.
We got a guy for that, and he's not very good either.
He's not very good either. You're
interrupting us when we're talking about another man's penis.
I was talking about Drake's big old dick, and he interrupted us. But yeah, that's impressive. So Drake's been sending out dick videos.
How come these things never get leaked when a guy's got a small dick?
Because guys with small dicks aren't fucking sending out dick pics. Sending out dick pics, dude. I don't think you're ever going to see a guy with a micro penis sending out a dick pic.
Imagine like body dysmorphia.
Yeah, some guy
just thinks it's huge. Dick. He watches porn. He's like, I got the same thing.
I could do this.
He's like me and that guy, same difference.
There's no difference.
It's just sending it out. Like it's like I don't understand why.
He's like, hey baby, you want this fat dick?
It's like all about angles. It's like trying to two-hand it. Like it doesn't really do it.
Like the lighting with all like the gym girl pictures, like the dark lighting, with the pump. He's doing like put the push down and everything. He's like, this thing looks fucking huge. It's like
but it would be great if
it's like Shallow Hal, but for dicks.
Yeah.
It's Shallow Hal.
Shallow Hal needs a gal.
Here's a remake.
There's our movie.
It's
got body dysmorphia.
Shallow Hal.
He goes
has a penis, thinks it's huge, becomes transgender.
He gets caught in an elevator with Tony Robbins and gets hypnotized to think that his dick is huge. has complete misguided confidence that he has a huge dick.
And
from that
point forward, he just has big dick energy going through.
But as a tiny.
So he just like, he has big dick energy. He just like bangs all the hottest chicks and just leaves them so disappointed and never call him back.
We had a friend that used to like play the other way to get girls, and it always worked. He used to talk about how he was small, and he'd be like, "Oh yeah,
you always got to go that route.
The Moyle cut me short, and all that other stuff." And then like girls would like sleep with him, and they'd be like, "Oh, it's not small."
Yeah, you always got to go that route.
It's a good sales pitch.
Yeah, small dick. I don't know. Yeah, that's what you tell people. Yeah, I got a small dick.
Yeah,
I'll let you be the judge.
Whore. In my experience, I have never talked about it.
I'll let you be the judge, sweetheart.
When you hit the button, that only does it for you, right?
Yeah, I don't know how to do it for you too.
You suck.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. Next double episode.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out.
So.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, if something was going to get leaked or like a reputation was going to go around, you would want it to be that you have a big, you know,
I don't think people
big
care.
piece. You wouldn't want. Listen, you wouldn't be walking around and people are like, "Oh yeah, that guy's got a small." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like.
I don't think people would.
Let's say you grew up in a small town and you slept with a number of girls, and like you happen to walk into a local watering hole, and there's like 5 or 6 that you've hung out with before.
Yeah.
And they all know each other. Clearly, it's been talked about, and you wouldn't want the reputation to go around being that you live in such a small town.
You have a small dick, or just no,
or that maybe you're bad in bed or whatever it is. You know, you wouldn't want that to follow you around.
It goes around anyway.
I mean,
if you're in a small town, you don't need a video. Like, it just no one's like, oh, be like, she's like, you hear about Bill? I banged Billy the other day. He got a little old dick.
So what? Yeah. So what? He's my cousin.
Yeah, my cousin Billy got a little old dick. Yeah, it just gets around anyway. You know, just gets around. Yeah, I don't know. I try not to have those problems.
Yeah,
we don't live in a small town.
Well, yeah,
we do.
I don't.
No, you don't. Small town boy in a big city. Wow.
Yeah.
Would you look at all these lights? I was in the city this last weekend. I went to
what's that show?
Harry Potter on Broadway.
Oh yeah, tell me about that. Tell me about Harold Potter on Broadway.
So it was a good play. Yeah. It was cool. Like it's Broadway. It was really cool. Like they do all the magic and stuff, and it's fucking long. It was like 3 hours long. I'm like, God damn, it's too long. But and I don't want to wokeness, but like they just gotta cram wokeness into everything they do. They just like.
Are they cutting off wizards' wands and making them wizard sleeves in the play?
Right,
like, I don't get it.
All right, so the play opens up.
Whoa.
The play is about Harry Potter grows up and Harry Potter has a son. Okay, so it's about adult Harry Potter.
What's Harry Potter's son's name?
The name of he named him after one of the wizards. The other weird looking guy. One of the had a Slytherin. That guy from the movies. He had like the long black hair. He looked like a villain, but he was actually like a good guy. He named it after that, and then
why do I know pop culture this way?
Whatever, because you're not a fucking nerd. You get pussy. That's why you can't name characters from Harry Potter. You get pussy and you don't have kids. If you could name, that guy, I'd be like, yo, what are you doing, nerd? Fucking nerd, sit down, nerd.
Out myself and start naming them all.
So like. Off the jump, first thing, and I didn't even say it. We took Devin's nieces too, and her older niece is like 12. She's sitting next to me. Yeah. I was thinking it, but I didn't say it because like I'm not going to be that guy in a fucking Broadway play and be like, Jesus Christ, right? Play opens up. Hermione is black.
Okay,
which is like Hermione is not black in the movie. Like she's not. They made 900 movies.
Yeah, but there was books first. There was no
Hermione
differentiation.
Hermione was never black
In the book?
No, Hermione was never black.
That's because the writer was racist, right?
Yeah, well, not because it's racist. She just wrote a story about 3 little fucking
J.K. Rawlings or whatever. Did she like outed for being like homophobic and racist?
Yeah, I think she said a little something like that might have been off color.
A little Paula Deen in her.
Yeah, she wasn't black. She made a fucking story about 3 little English wizard children. That's not Hermione was never black.
Right.
So right at the bat, you gotta make Hermione black. Which is like, come on, dude. Like, why? Every other character is white.
But you know, like the truth about Harry Potter is like
What?
an abused little orphan kid,
Okay.
like making fantasies up in his head, and that's really how the Harry Potter story.
A schizophrenic?
He's living in a closet in his aunt and uncle's house, and they're beating him and abusing him, and he's creating an alter universe for him to escape.
Well, says who?
Says me.
Oh, says who? Well,
So obvious.
that's a good theory.
It's obvious.
Or he could just be a wizard.
Magic doesn't exist.
So Hermione's black. And then Hermione's daughter's black.
Well, let's
so
move
just
on
like,
from that.
come on. Like, I guess, like, come on. Why you got to do that? Not that it bothers me, but it's like, why you got to do that? And then the whole play. So you got Harry Potter's son,
Yeah.
who is like blatantly a closeted homosexual. And then he falls in love with this. You remember the Harry Potter movies?
Yeah, it's sort of
There's like the blonde, like villain kid in there. He like looked like a little.
Draco Malfoy.
Yes.
That's the only name I
He grew
remember.
up and had a son, like a weird
little Aryan son.
So they got two twinks on a stage to skate around being closet
Wait, it's on
homosexuals. No, on a stage. It's a fucking
What are they
stage.
skating around on? The wheelies?
No,
what are
they,
they
you know what? I'm just using
just
words.
like
They're
dancing
they're
around,
just dancing around,
frolicking.
frolicking around. You know, they're closeted homosexual. I'm like, come
This
on.
might be a hot take.
It's like, come on, bro. It's like, why do you like?
Was it like that apparent that like
No, it was-
like it's too much for the kids, right?
Not too much for the kids, but I think it would definitely speak to kids who might be thinking they're a little different, and they have strained relations. Like,
What do you think like the age appropriateness of that play is?
we took
No. I'm not saying
age appropriateness.
Yeah, like after seeing it, like how old do you?
It wasn't inappropriate.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't like inappropriate.
Yeah,
but
but
they
the
just like,
underlying tones that you're.
it's the tones and the tone. And if I noticed it, like Devin noticed it,
Yeah.
like 1,000%.
Yeah.
Her niece noticed it. Literally, they
How old's her niece?
12.
Okay.
They're having this speech heart to heart because like
Yeah.
Harry and his father have this very strained relationship. Like
He's like, I'm different, Dad.
Harry was a star Quidditch player, and my son just wants to make dresses. Like literally, that's pretty much the whole fucking thing. And they're having this heart to heart, and the whole time her niece is just going, "Dad, I'm gay." Like I have to tell you something. Dad. It's like, I'm gay. Like she just kept saying, like being like,
I don't want to play with wizard sleeves, Dad. I want to play with the wand.
like they're having this thing, and her 12-year-old daughter, the 12-year-old niece just look at me. She's like, he should just tell his dad that he's gay. Like, I'm like, I know it's a little like, yeah. And then she's like, and at the end, he's like, Dad, I have something to tell you. What I want to be when I grow up. And it's like this building up, and then she's like, gay. She's
it's funny because a 12-year-old girl, a 12-year-old child, is inputting this.
I couldn't breathe. I was laughing so hard. And then he goes, I want to train pigeons when I grow up, Daddy. And like everybody just starts dying because like everybody.
That's not gay. Mike Tyson did that.
No, but everybody in there was
It's just like
it's like yeah. And then it's like, oh, okay. Like it's like, why do they got to do it? Why couldn't they just make it a cool play about wizards? Because the play was cool. It was a cool
it doesn't
concept.
need like that. It doesn't need that woke.
Doesn't need
shit
that
in there,
woke
right?
shit
I don't
in
know if
there.
it's woke, but whatever it is.
Whatever it is, it's
For
like
that-
it's the suggestion.
The progressive liberal fucking take on
Yeah.
fucking ruining everything for children.
Like last time I was in Orlando.
It's unnecessary.
It's not necessary. Last time I was in Orlando, going to the airport, flying back to New York, and you walk past the Disney store in the Orlando airport. It's big because it's fucking Orlando.
Yeah.
And big right in front of your fucking face. It's a whole thing of Lilo and Stitch dolls, which that movie's fucking 20-something years old. They haven't even made like a third. I don't know why.
They had like a TV show on Disney or something.
Couldn't tell you. And they got the rainbow colored, the rainbow flag, like Stitch dolls, like right in your face. Like Disney, why do you got to do that? But they're paying the price now. They're paying the price for
Well,
that.
they're selling.
The woke shit. People learn about it.
One of the wealthiest Indian.
They're selling it to an Indian family.
Yep. One of the wealthiest people in India is buying Disney for like $3-something billion.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah. Bob Iger fucking
$3 billion.
realized he fucked it up and fucking.
So why
Get rid
can't why would you sell it though? Why you could just turn it around? People forget. People are stupid. They'll forget that you did all the bullshit. It's not like Disney did anything.
They're
that,
losing money. Like
They're just
you wouldn't believe.
hemorrhaging
Yeah,
money.
hundreds of millions of dollars.
Wow. Yeah, I mean,
They're getting fair value in a time where no one's getting fair value. Sell.
well, it's still.
Sell, Mortimer, sell.
I mean, it's still the Disney brand. I even think like $3 billion. Like
It might be more than that. I don't know what the actual number is. It's probably a lot more than that.
It doesn't sound like a lot of money for
Disney.
I
might have just made that up. Let's see what.
Let's see what that is. Because that sounds like a pretty good deal, I think. Because you turn that shit around, you just stop making woke, shitty movies, and then bam, everybody loves Disney. I mean, you go to the Disney park, people don't fucking care. It's packed. The place is packed. People bend over to go spend money at Disney. I'm happy my kids don't watch the Disney Channel. No one watches that anymore. They have no interest in going to Disney. They want to go to Universal, though. My daughter, she's like, can you go to Universal? They go to the Harry Potter Village. It's like, you know how much that cost? How much is Disney selling for?
Oh, it's only their Indian business, so I fucked it up.
Their Indian business?
Yeah, I fucked it up.
For $3 billion? About to say, dude.
What's the number? Let's see what the number is.
Disney's got to be worth way more than $3 billion.
3.9 billion
for the
India business,
which is what? Like they have a Disney in India?
Yeah, the same group that owns Paramount, India, Reliance, Viacom.
Oh, so they're just buying the actual like Indian. Yeah, they do their own like Indian Disney Channel kid shit there and stuff. I'm sure. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Wow, it's almost $4 billion for the Indian sector.
There's 1.5 billion people in India.
No, I know. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, that's crazy.
Their GDC is #1 in the world. They like overtook China in the last like year.
They got all the people, man.
Bro, crazy. They got people.
They got lots of people. Yeah, I mean, Disney's still Disney, dude.
Is it though?
Listen,
well,
man,
Disney owns ESPN. Disney owns a lot of shit.
I'm gonna. Well, yeah, it's not just Mickey Mouse.
It's a huge conglomerate.
It's a huge conglomerate, right? But Disney is still. I watch auctions all the time, right? Mm-hmm. They just had the 100th anniversary of Disney, like last year, 2023. Mm-hmm. There was a huge auction in Heritage of all Disney stuff, like original, like drawings, like that. Like those are, animation, dude.
Yeah.
The money these things were going for, bro, insane. The Disney culture, I've always bought Disney stuff as far as collectibles go, always will buy Disney stuff.
Yeah.
Because the Disney fans are Disney fans. They don't care that they're like all these new shows that they're making are all woke, like, oh no, they still have Cinderella. I love The Lion King, Aladdin, all that shit. They still have the core stuff. The Disney freaks are freaks, dude. And if I told you you saw some of the numbers that these things are selling for, wild. Disney's the brand of Disney.
Yeah.
It's right. It's Mercedes-Benz. It's Rolex. It's Coca-Cola. It's the Cowboys. It's the Yankees. It's always going to be Disney.
Yeah.
And you have ebbs and flows, right? Like, and people are fans, and kids there's always going to be more kids coming out, and they'll fix what they did with the woke shit, and then eventually they'll just go back to making good stuff, and nobody will care. People forget about it.
Yeah.
People will forget because every year new kids are born, and as long as new kids are born, that's
populations are going. China with their limitations on kids, they're literally like one generation away from not having people.
Yeah, well, that's fucking China, bro. I'm talking about America. I don't give a shit. It's America.
No place else.
People are having less kids, but people are still having kids, bro.
Yeah,
people are still having kids.
Yeah,
and then you have all the fucked up adults who had bad childhoods that are like those weirdos who go to Disney without children. Those people are people aren't going anywhere, bro. If anything, it's going to be more Disney adults because people are having less kids. Now they're just going to be like, oh, let's go to Disney. And probably in 10 years, it's going to be all fucking adults at Disney. Yeah, because kids aren't going to care. My oldest daughter literally grew up. I could sing the theme song to every single children's Disney Channel show from like that era, right? My kids now, they don't give a shit about Disney, bro. They want to watch YouTube. They want to watch the video. That gets into
things we talked about before. It's a short attention span. No one has like just kids. People are being conditioned to not have an attention span for an hour and a half.
They don't understand. They don't understand what commercials are.
Right.
My son doesn't understand what a commercial is. So, Daddy, play. I'm like, it's a commercial.
Listen, I hate commercials too.
I hate them too. But like they don't.
And all the streaming sites are now trying to get to you where you got to pay an extra bit to get rid of the commercials when I was already paying for the service, and now I have to pay a little bit more for no commercials. Which I will because I hate commercials.
Nah, they're not getting another $3
I canceled a bunch. We talked about this already.
Commercials. Fuck them. Subscriptions. But these kids don't know. Devin's daughter saw this. She's like, "What's this?" I was like, "It's my phone." She's like, "No, it's not." It's like, "It's a phone," and she starts tapping. I'm like, "No, like this." And I show her the numbers, and she's like, Like, yeah, these kids, they don't know, bro.
Yeah.
Phone.
Thank you, dinosaur.
Thanks.
Does that make it easier to text when you're riding on the back of your dinosaur?
No, you can't text. You can't text with that. You can't text with that thing. You can.
The 3-button ABC.
It's a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass. Every time I got to pay my cell phone bill, I'm like, I should just stop paying my fucking smartphone bill and use that, and then just use my iPhone on Wi-Fi. Because I can still text, I can still send Apple iMessage, right? Apple Message, through Wi-Fi. What do I need a cell phone for?
Yeah.
What do I need to have a smartphone for? I hate it. Gives me anxiety. I don't even like looking at my phone anymore.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Scrolling, still death scrolling social media though.
Yeah. Same.
But it's gross.
Well, that's why like all these people pitching like micro learning instead of like micro watching, which is like just scrolling through.
Yeah, but that's not
read a half a page of a book. That's instead. It's like
that's
shut up.
Not as cool as looking at CrossFit girls.
Yeah. Hey, I got an idea. I got an idea, guy. No.
Nope.
Yeah, micro learn. Just read half a page of a book instead. It's like that's boring.
I went down this rabbit hole the other night. I sent you that link, and it's this Instagram page. I'm sure there's multiple ones, but this one is just what came into my feed. And they just they shit on entrepreneur influencers, and this one page just like,
oh my god,
hates that guy Wes Watson. And
I hate him too.
They have like
glorifying going to jail. It's like fuck yourself.
They have like 1,000 reels of just shitting on this guy and like showing how he's a fraud.
If we were in jail, you would be under my control. It's like shut up, shut up.
And the guy who actually wasn't even that much of a G, according to like the stuff. Like he went to jail for like breaking and entering and stealing like 5 pounds of weed.
Yeah, but he got in trouble and did a longer
thing.
He got in trouble in jail, right? And had to like his like
he's not as
got longer.
He's not as hard as like
obviously
he was telling
not,
people
bro.
He was.
Obviously not.
I know that's like interesting. That whole entrepreneur.
There's too many of it. There's too many. We were laughing about it because
it is because it's funny because like those are like there is a bunch of shit on Instagram. So like every now and then like those pages come up and it's like you something motivating. It's like all right, that guy's right, or like, and it gives you that kick you need. But then there's the people who pay the fees for
and that's how those motivators make money.
I know, dude. It's wild.
Grant Cardone, it's $5,000 to go to his seminar. Get the fuck out of here. Out of here. Get out of here. He's suing.
It's for like retarded people.
He's suing the CEO of T-Mobile for defamation.
Really?
Because they had that. I guess they had that panel, and he was like, Grant, let me ask you, are you a billionaire? Tell me you're a billionaire. Why won't he answer the question? He's like, you're not, right? You're not a billionaire. He's like, you're a fraud. He's like, you're a fraud. And then Grant tries to trap him, and he's like asking him a question. He's like, why don't you just get your lawyer on the microphone so he can ask me the questions that you're asking? Because I don't think you're asking them correctly, and you want me to. He's like, you want me to incriminate myself. He's like,
that guy's another one. You ever see that interview with Grant Cardone and
Belfort
and Jordan Belfort? It's just like Jordan Belfort, just like what? Like,
two guys running the same fucking scam hate each other. How does that work?
Well, I think Jordan Belfort is running a much bigger scam.
What? No.
You think Grant Cardone's running a bigger scam?
10X right now is much bigger than.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's.
But
not,
here's the problem.
Well, it's not really a scam because it's not securities fraud. You're just like selling a dream. You're like there are people. You know what? You know why that scam works?
Now
because there are people who do pay the money and are able to figure it out and work the steps and then make a lot of money. Not all those people end up broke. A lot lot of people get a lot of shit out of that.
As everything happens when somebody's running a scam or a Ponzi scheme, it evolves and gets grander. So now, instead of just giving advice, he is allowing people to participate alongside his investments, which is taking in micro investments of $5,000 a piece, $10,000 a piece.
Selling fractionalized shares of a real estate
project that he really owns and they don't own any of, but he's using their money to do so. And they're unaccredited, non-accredited investors, which technically violates a lot of regulation, and he's operating under this like influencer fucking thing. But when the hammer gets dropped on him,
well, what makes the hammer drop?
Because it's illegal what he's doing. You're not, if you're taking non-accredited investors, you're not supposed to take more than 35 individual investors.
He's
taking
like
thousands.
Yeah. So why is it still in?
Because just like anything else, they build a case. They wait till they give you enough room till you hang yourself. And then when the hammer drops, there's no doubt about it. And like a lot of really financially sound people or like wealthy to do people, you pay your way out of it if you have the money.
Yeah.
But we're in the real estate environment where interest rates are so high, he's covering a ton of bad debt. The reason why he's doing this is because he's running out of money because he can't cover his bad debt on his buildings because he had variable mortgages across the board on commercial properties. And now he's buried. So now he's fractionalizing so that he can get himself out of debt. So he's not using his own money because the banks won't lend to him anymore because his debt ratio is way too high.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Well, it's all that thing. A lot of those like real estate flip, like you always talk about, like, buy, refinance, rehab, refinance, and you just keep carrying over
using somebody else's money.
You keep carrying over positive equity, and you do that.
Like, why would I
20 times over, and then all of a sudden you're like, holy shit!
They're like, why would I spend $100,000 of my money to buy this place when I could borrow it and buy 3 more places with my $100,000?
And then just hold fucking
but
50 mortgage on 50 fucking homes.
When interest
or
rates were at 0 and inflation was at 0 for fucking 8 years,
no problem.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect environment to do so. Now there's consequences.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
So like, I guess it doesn't. So you can just be a dirtbag, like entrepreneur coach, and that's fine. But when you start taking money for investments, that's a problem.
Right.
So a guy like Wes Watson could just go on forever.
Yeah, he can charge. He does it as a speaking engagement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or a life coach or whatever the fuck terms he wants to do it. Technically, there's no risk there because he's not promising anything in return.
You just buying
when you
his
start doing investments and they're investing alongside of you.
Yeah.
But really, they're just buying your toxic debt and then bailing you out.
I could see a guy like that.
It's smoke and mirrors.
I could see a guy like that doing like pitching an investment like within the next year, like an opportunity.
It's going to evolve because what happens is they get greedy.
They get greedy.
Yeah. It's like, how do I get to that next level of
You just live
scam?
in Miami, a bunch of fucking dirtbag scammers in Miami and like on like rented yachts.
Although, you position yourself with enough motivational speakers under you, like a multi-level marketing scam. Where like, oh, you sign up 10 people and then they sign up 10 people and then you get those 10 people under you and then everybody kicks up to me and like you just get everybody else to do it for you.
And just have like a pyramid scheme. But you're not selling a product, you're just selling friendship to people.
You're selling a service.
What is the service though? Like, what is it that
My knowledge is the service.
I guess.
It is. That's what it is.
Networking.
I'm going to show you how to get to my level.
I guess.
But the problem is, like, here's the thing. Like, and that's what all these like motivational douchebags get wrong. They're like, I had 20 rental properties before I was 25. Yeah. They're like, that was in 1986.
Yeah.
If you started now with the $1,000 that you had in 1986, you couldn't buy one.
Couldn't buy one.
Right.
Couldn't buy one.
So like
nepotism, man.
Or you're like talking about markets that like
don't exist anymore.
Yeah. They're like, go do that shit in fucking Detroit. You can't. You can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess everybody just wants to get rich.
I mean, it's true. Everybody does want to get rich.
Everybody wants.
But everybody wants to get rich, but no one wants to put the real work in. You know what I mean?
I've never seen the value in like paying for like to go hang out with a guy. Like my ex-wife's, my ex-wife's boyfriend. He loves that guy. He loves him. He paid to go to Miami and hang out with him on a rented boat and a rented house, a rented mansion. Like, what do you get out of that? Like, what are you getting out of that?
A couple of pictures,
a couple of
photo ops.
You get to like go work out with him and a bunch of other like jerk off fucking scammers,
bro.
Like, I don't get that. Like, what? I don't see the value.
Yeah, how much tests are you doing on a weekly basis?
Whatever, take tests, do it all, get juicy. But like, I just don't see the value in like paying to have like a mentorship.
I would never pay to hang out with somebody. It's not me.
I hate the way that guy talks. He just curses all the time. He just sounds like such a fucking ingrate. I'm like, I couldn't even listen to that guy talk.
Yeah,
like, fuck off.
I don't know. It's weird to me that so many people find similarities in their life with things that he says, like relevance for them personally. Like, I can't tap into that message because like I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. And like, listen, I've been a hustler, grinder my whole life. And like his message, I don't relate to it at all. Like, I listen to it and I'm just like, this is, and like some motivational speakers, like Andy Frisella, like I get his message. I understand what he's saying. Like, I relate to some of the stuff that he says, hard work and all this stuff. Like, you know, I relate to that. Like George, like what's his name? George. I forget what his name is.
Yeah, I get
The guy that's like big dog. Yeah, that's real. You know, his name's George something. But anyway, like his message, like I get, it's like very like it's not, it's ambiguous. It's not like he's not planting his flag on anything, but he's like saying like, you know, the things that make you who you are, like help you like prepare. Like I resonate with that stuff.
Yeah.
When you're pushing your story as like everyone can relate to, it's like, no, I didn't go to jail.
Yeah.
Like, no,
Like
I
you
wasn't
make-
addicted to heroin. No. Like
people think that's cool though. Like I don't know. Like I don't think that's like
it's not a rags to riches story. It's
like hearing your story where you curse, where you say fuck every other word and talk about getting arrested. Like, oh, okay, cool. I mean, great. Like,
never been arrested.
know.
Never been. You know what I mean? Like,
it doesn't not motivating me to like go scam people.
Right, it's like, wow, look what that guy. If that guy could do that, what can I do?
And it's like, what do you do? Like, what do you even sell? You're not even a salesperson. You don't do sales.
The issue
You
is
were a
that
fucking
there's
dirtbag.
so many people out there that
You were a low-level drug dealer, and you talk up like you make yourself sound like you were a shot caller, and you weren't. And
honestly,
like,
that comedian was bigger than him.
oh, that guy, yeah.
What's his name? Mitchell, right? Is that his name? Something Mitchell.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah,
That
but
guy.
like he was like
He was a real deal.
he did like a real bid.
Yeah. Well, the big drug dealers, like they're always like skinny, like nerdy white guys.
Yeah, it's perfect to get away with it.
Yeah, it is like, that guy. Yeah, you know, like if I looked at the two of them, I'd be like, that nerdy white guy was a bigger drug dealer than that jack tattoo guy, 1000%.
Yeah. So like, that like I don't know, whatever.
I don't get it.
That's what it is.
Not getting money from me.
No, I also like listen, like kind of correlates to like what we were saying before, like with like when it comes to like, you know, I can't name like the Harry Potter things, like because you got girls, like like I've never been like that, like I don't want to call it pathetic, but
It's
like
not
I've never been
pathetic.
like that, like desperate for like approval type person where like I've always been like generally gotten along with people, generally been liked by people, generally like I've you know been in leadership positions, like you know was like you know a captain in sports, like like I
got
looked
pussy.
up to people, but people looked up to me too. You know what I mean? Like I could get girls. Honestly, like that. Yeah. These are the things like I'm just like a normal person, not like this like desperate to like.
I think you say you get girls because it's like forget about being a captain of a team. It is like that you can get girls because I think a lot if people didn't want to get pussy like hot pussy, I don't think these entrepreneur guru guys would even make a living because it's all they're selling the dream to guys who just want to get pussy.
And that's their only motivation.
I think no, really, that's like open your money. Like, no, do you want to get money? You want to drive around in like a Lambo, like a jerk off, just so you can get girls.
Yeah.
Like that's what it's about.
Yeah.
They don't want to impress women. Like, would you? Why? If you weren't about impressing women, like why you even drive a nice car? That's what I was talking. I was talking to the car dealer this weekend about the minivan, and I'm with Devin. I'm like, yeah, bro. I'm like, I got fucking 3 kids. I'm like, I don't need to be impressing any more women. I'm like, I'm all about the minivan life now. Like, you know,
honestly, like, and the way that like
people just want to get laid.
the way
bro.
that people like prioritize materials now, like materialistic things, like I don't like things like that. I dress unassuming. Like I don't like. Listen, I'm not somebody that has like excessive means anyway, but like at the same time, like I don't want to posture that way. I don't want to look. I don't want to give off that impression anyway.
No,
you know what I mean? I want to be around good people that like.
I don't want to be a target.
Right. I want to be around people that genuinely want to be around me because I'm a good person. You know what I mean? Not because they're going to get something out of me. And when you like give off that persona, people are trying to take from you.
You're just trying to take. You go, oh, who you impressing? Oh, you got that now. People are just going to want something.
So
from
that's
you.
like that streamer, Aiden Ross, right? So he just got Playboy Cardi, the rapper, a Kick deal, right? Because he's one of the part owners of Kick.
Okay.
So the deal was he did an 1.5-hour stream. He would get a $50,000 sign-on bonus, a $2 million contract, and a Ferrari.
Okay.
Okay. All you have to do is an 1.5 hours. Playboy Cardi shows up, did 6 minutes, tried to take the bag of cash and leave.
Really?
Yeah. And he was like, no. And he stood his ground and like, a private jet to like fly him home too. And like, he stood his ground and didn't do it. But like, literally, like, you already have like millions of dollars. Like, you couldn't sit there for an 1.5 hours and do it on a stream. Meanwhile, that's like amazing. $2 million in a Ferrari, in cash in a bag.
What else you got to do?
Right.
Why even
an 1.5 hours? He was wearing like a mask. He wouldn't talk.
These people are fucking shot, dude. Money makes people weird.
But like, think about like he tried to like finesse him to do it anyway. He's there for 6 minutes, says thank you, was wearing a mask, couldn't even see his face, and then like picks up the bag and is like, all right, we're leaving. And then is like, what do you mean you're not going to give me the money? What do you mean I can't use the private jet to go home? Like, this is what you promised me. He's like, bro, this is not what we promised.
Got to get it on paper.
Facts.
Got to get it on paper. Yeah, I don't know. People are fucking shot. Money makes people weird.
Money does make people weird.
Money makes people weird. That's why I was like, I got into coins. You start meeting other dealers and like other like customers and stuff, and like it's an industry full of people who have lots of money, but you just would never know.
I like that better.
I like that. I have a customer. He's like my big customer. This guy is worth hundreds of millions of dollars. He drives a used Honda Accord. He pulls up to his $12 million mansion on the water somewhere. I won't say where, but somewhere nice. Looks like a high school math teacher. His wife drives a minivan. Honda, good car, reliable, lasts forever.
Yeah. In 4 years, we'll swap it out for the new one. Right?
Bro, you have no idea. You would have no idea.
Yeah.
And it's like, I like that.
That's the way that, like,
that's nice. I like that kind of wealth.
To walk around,
drive a minivan and just
be so unassuming that no one would think about it. You know, think you would never know.
Guy just buy your entire life.
That's the way.
With
That's
a
the way.
checkbook.
That's the way.
Writes checks, balances his checkbook. Literally has his balance written right there. Like old school.
Yeah.
So much money. Would never know.
Yeah.
I love that.
I
love
move.
that.
That's the move.
I fucking love that. That's sick.
Yeah.
I want to drop like that guy dropped 50,000 on a coin. You don't give a shit about a Rolex.
Yeah.
Or a fancy car.
Yeah.
Fuck you. My Honda Accord. I like that. I like that.
I like that.
It's nice.
I like that better.
More people should have that approach.
Yeah.
It just really comes down to people wanting to get laid by hot women. Like, if you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, guys would just live so simple if it weren't for women. Most guys would just put a mattress on the floor and have a TV on like a nightstand and just be like, I'm good, dude. Seriously, like, you would never even dress nice if it weren't for women. I don't know.
Yeah.
Gotta have the money.
Actually,
that's not true. You gotta have money, still be a cornball.
Yeah, but you can still get good-looking girls if you have money and you're a cornball.
With a micro penis.
And it get leaked. But if you have no money and you're corny, like, listen, there's plenty of broke guys that could pick up girls. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And get like smokes.
Yeah, I think probably I would say that most of the hottest girls you see out there are getting railed by broke guys. Just getting railed by
going
like
on dates with rich guys,
good looking broke guys.
But going home to a broke guy.
Yeah, going on dates and trips with rich guys and just getting piped out by like good looking broke guys. That's probably the reality of what's happening. And then the ones that have no money or you have money, you have no game, you can't get laid to save your life. That's what OnlyFans is for. You know, and you can just go pay to like have a fake relationship with someone. You know? It's like this weird world we live in. People are lonely, man. We talked about this
AI
before.
companions.
I mean, that's probably not far off.
It's there.
I mean, it's there. But like,
did you see the Apple goggles shit that everybody's walking around with?
Yeah, and you can't watch porn on it.
What do you mean you can't watch porn on it?
You haven't seen that about the Apple thing?
No.
That's what I thought you were going to segue into.
Why wouldn't you be able to watch porn on it?
Something about it. You're not able to watch porn.
Yet. When the overnight update comes.
Yeah.
So they're going to release the hound.
You can't watch porn. I was like, that's
you see the guy at the
disappointing.
basketball game? He's sitting courtside with the stupid thing on. He's standing up, pretending to take shots.
What a fucking loser.
Come on.
You're a loser.
Or the guy crossing the street going like this.
Loser.
Yeah.
Someone will just get hit by a car and then they'll just...
It's like Ready Player One, though. It kind of looks like it.
Well, that's
what it's supposed to be.
Just where
That's what it's turning into.
It's just where we're going to go.
The guy's like sitting there answering his emails while talking to somebody else.
Because it starts with that, right? Yeah. And then in 10 years, where's that tech going to be? And then and then 5 years later, where's that? 20 years later, where's that tech going to be? I mean, they're already doing the human trials on the Neuralink. Mm-hmm. I mean, and it starts out as like being able to cure epilepsy and like seizures and being able to walk again. That's how they started.
They successfully did the first one.
Yeah.
But I think
Well, that's how
it's starting.
That's how it's starting. They can't be like, oh, we're gonna do this so you can fucking call your friend by blinking your eyes and just start speaking Mandarin because you have this chip in your head. It starts with the medical thing, and then they're gonna be like, all right, well, we cured epilepsy.
Yeah.
So now let's fucking do it. Let's finance these brain chips in people.
I fell into a rabbit hole on AI the other night, and the internet got me again because I completely thought this was true.
Yeah.
So like with all this, like the progression of it, it's like Japan has been so far advanced, but they've like kept it under wraps, right?
Yeah.
So in 2016, right, they had 4 AI robots.
Okay.
That were like being taught to like fight and shoot guns and stuff like that. Right? Went rogue in a lab and killed 30 scientists.
Yeah, it's probably a fake internet story.
I read this story. There was multiple stories, multiple links for like an hour. It was an AI made up story.
AI made the story up.
It was created. It was a created story by AI.
Really?
It wasn't real.
Wow.
And I was like, oh my God, bro, what are they hiding? They're like, fucking AI is going to kill us all. Like, then, because there was other links to stories that like the UFOs are like reaching out to warn us about technology, and technology is like, they're too far. I'm like, I'm like tinfoil hat on. I'm like, holy shit. Like, this is, I was like, oh my God. And then it turns out it's fake. I was like,
yeah, but it's
got me again.
Yeah, but it'll just happen eventually. You ever see that movie Ex Machina?
That's an old movie, right?
It's not that old. Within the last 15 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, old movie. Have you seen it?
Yes.
It's fucking good.
Yeah. I don't remember it actually.
Oh,
I've definitely seen it.
It's about the guy who goes to like the AI, like Elon Musk's house.
Yeah.
And like does something with this, falls in love with like this fucking AI robot. You just like it's in the future.
Are you talking about Her with Joaquin Phoenix?
No, it's called Ex Machina. It's fucking sick. It's one of my favorite movies of the last like 15 years. It's awesome. You got to rewatch again. But it's like,
I got to watch that again.
It's where it's going, like all the technology and everything. It's all happening. Buy a sex doll. So say like another year, another 10 years, you're gonna be able to buy like one of those love dolls that looks so real, and they're just going to be compatible with AI, and it's just going to be like a relationship that you can have with a human. I don't know, dude. It's all weird.
I don't know.
People are just going to be porking robots pretty soon. It's cheaper than a girlfriend, I guess.
Is it?
I don't know. I think you can get a pretty good looking sex doll for like $2,500 right now. Pretty good. Like, yeah, dude, that's what I don't know. You a couple grand, you can just get it. You can buy it all. Just
like a real relationship, eventually you want them to go away. Putting them in the closet.
You literally just you're just on the bed with like a doll, like a sex doll. It's like this.
Yeah.
And you're just like, this isn't working anymore.
Yeah, you like move a little bit in the bed, and like the arm comes over and touches you, and you're like, God, can I just have some space?
With the open mouth. It's like,
I just need a minute. Stop following me, all right? I just need a minute.
He's like, I just feel like you don't communicate with me. Pan to the
You're
sex
smothering me.
Pan to the sex doll.
Yeah.
I want to see other people.
Yeah.
You just bring in another.
Can you go sit in the living room for a minute and just give me a break?
Like, you think you'd want to have a 3-way maybe one day? We could try something. I used to open up a box. It's like pull out another sex doll. Pull like a black sex doll. Like her name's Hermione.
Though, but there's people that do that.
Yeah, there's people that do that.
For sure.
For sure. Dude, of course they do that.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. Yeah. All over the world. Just think about all the lonely people. Buy all the sex dolls.
All the sex dolls.
All the sex stuff.
I wonder what the numbers are. How, like, listen, like, so Joe Rogan, like in the early days of the podcast, was sponsored by Fleshlight.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they sell a ton of Fleshlights.
Yeah.
Like the sex dolls or whatever,
Yeah.
the real dolls or whatever they're called. Like, they sell a ton of those. Like,
yeah. Okay, so when's the last time you've been to an adult store?
3 years ago, maybe.
Okay.
4 years ago.
I go relatively but I go often. often enough to
I don't have a girlfriend, so if
Yes,
I was like, I
girlfriend.
go often, I
have a girlfriend and I'm a sexual fucking deviant. I'm a pervert. So we go to the porn store a lot. So like the technology for like women hasn't changed much, right? It's just like it's dildos.
Right.
It's vibrate. Like, oh, it's a thing, another thing that vibrates or moves.
thing that touches a thing that does another thing
shapes
that rotates
and sizes,
and
right?
yeah.
So it's all the same. It just it's like a wall of rubber penises.
Right.
Then you go to the male section of there.
Yeah.
That's where the technology is coming into play for the men, bro. The selection of fleshlights you can buy, they make a unit, a whole unit. It's like $350. Dude, you put it on your thing. It looks like a water pump that you put in a flooded basement. Put it on your thing. Dude, it moves. You can control the temperature.
So I saw that.
Wild, bro.
So
Literally.
I saw that in an episode of Dave.
Like, why would you have a girlfriend?
I saw that in an episode of Dave.
What's Dave?
Dave, the little Dicky show.
Okay.
So he had okay. So his evolution in the show of sex toys went from like basically like a pocket pussy that had like rubber legs.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah,
so
they
it was
sell
like,
those too. Yeah, it's like the ass.
But it had the legs and it was like hilarious. And his girlfriend like caught him with it, which is like crazy. But then like in the next season, he had like a VR headset and this like machine. It was like a machine, but it had like a mouth on it that like puckered. Yeah. And like he was like sitting on his couch using that. Yeah. And it's like,
But that's like
that's the progression.
That's the progression.
Yeah.
And then they sell like the arms.
Yeah.
That you can like put another like a fleshlight in, and it's a whole. And then you go the VR because like VR's been around for a long time. You can watch porn on that for fucking the last 15 years. You know, dude, it's wild. But that's where
it's just like POV. I don't have VR, so I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I watched it once. Someone be like, "Oh, you got to check it out." They put me in like on a Formula One car and then a roller coaster. And like, yeah, you got to see the porn too. I was like, okay. And it just
twist my arm.
Yeah, it's literally it's like this is the view. It's like your legs, and then it's like a girl, two girls, and then there's no like dick. It's just a head, and it's the concept is like, oh yeah, like this could, and then now you have a fucking machine that is the temperature of a mouth. It's wet.
I wonder if those can connect.
I think, you can go if you're like a super micro dick fat pervert with no game at all. You can get deep into that. Yeah. Like, dude, it's like those race car things.
That's what I was gonna say. You know, the Joe Rogan just bought a $70,000 race car setup, video game setup. They have one of those.
You could buy an equivalent to that. So it's like, they're just like replacing relationships. Why have a relationship? Why?
You know what?
I mean, I know why.
I kind of see the merits, but I see them equally being a lot of work for different reasons.
It's just a lot of work to like masturbate.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
There's a lot of work to masturbate.
You gotta have the perfect environment to execute that because there's so many moving parts. Like,
I feel like it's one of those things that you should jerk off before you buy it, like post-nut clarity. Yeah. I'm sure so many of those people
before you hit the buy button.
Yeah. I'm sure there's guys out there who spend like $5,000 on the whole rig. Yeah. And then they nut and they're sitting there like, oh, they're all spent and they're like, I can't believe I just spent $5,000 on all this and you can't return any of it.
Oh my God.
Like, it's like, come on.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
But again, you know, that now you fall in love with this girl on OnlyFans. Mm-hmm. So now you can match with her. You can watch the videos. You got your fucking portable dick sucking machine, like, and that's just your bubble. And then you have your life, and you come home, and like,
I wonder if it gets to a point
that's
where
your
like,
intimacy. You know,
I wonder if it gets to a point where, like, let's say, like, you said OnlyFans, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say there's like a premium pay where like the model can interact with the client. And they can control the situation or whatever.
There will be,
and
probably a lot sooner than you think because now all this stuff too, like they make toys for women, like plugs you put in your ass, you put it in your thing, and like your girlfriend could be in fucking Germany and you're here in New York, and you can go on the app, and as long as she got that thing in her, it's gonna buzz in Brussels.
Jeez.
Yeah, no, it's totally connected with Wi-Fi, and
That's wild.
I think they probably have the same equivalent for like guys too, where it connects Wi-Fi, where like the partner can control certain aspects of it. So yeah, there's probably is something where like someone on another state can control like the sucking power of the machine and like the speed of the stroke. Yes, I would have to say that that's very easy technology to do that today, and that it probably exists, and it's just going to get better when you have like when the VR becomes a lot more prevalent and it's cheaper and everybody can have it. And then there'll be like now OnlyFans you can pay $500 for a 15-minute
to control
video call on
to
it.
Control the thing in her butt.
Yeah, like you can get a video call with a OnlyFans girl for $500 for 10 minutes. So like, and then a couple of years and text there, and you can do a live stream with VR, and you have control of it.
Whatever happened.
Yeah, bro.
Whatever happened to the easy stuff? In the '90s, where people are paying 5 cents a day to feed a kid in Kenya.
Whatever, dude. I remember having a flip phone.
Sarah McLachlan singing a song about 80 cents a day to feed a dog in fucking Puerto Rico. Like,
bro, whatever happened to just getting nude pictures on a razor, dude? I remember driving my car and my razor phone beeping, and I flip it open, and there was a tit pic, a pixelated tit pic from like one razor to another razor, and that was awesome. That was as good as any hardcore porn you've ever seen to me. That got me going.
Or like early, like
now you send me. I'm like, I don't want to see your tits.
Or like teenage years cable getting the pixelated Cinemax channel
watching
late
channel
at night.
99.
Yeah, and you'd be like, I just saw a boob.
Is it a boob?
I just saw a boob.
This is all boob.
Yeah. Imagine. Remember that's all it took.
That's all it took. I remember being in
a
8th
lot more
grade.
stimulation than that these days.
I remember being in 8th grade. Travis Corrin came in with his dad's Penthouse magazines.
Did you just fully name somebody? Full government name? What the fuck? Shout out to you, pal.
Shout out to you. They own a jewelry store. I think it's still Corrin's Jewelers.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'll bleep all that out.
His father was a pervert.
Yikes.
But that was like,
aren't they all? Everybody had like a friend that's dad was like a little too like cool with like, what are you guys doing?
I don't know if he
there?
was cool. I'm pretty sure he just like stole his dad's like penthouse from the 80s.
Don't crinkle the pages.
Probably why he's still like Bush today. Oh yeah, I destroyed that penthouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that used to get it going. They still make magazines. Like they still make porn magazines. Like hardcore porn magazines. If you went to a store,
some people like to time travel.
It's still cool. Kick it old school. It's like when I go and buy
reading the old Playboy stories.
Great articles.
Yeah.
Great articles in Playboy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like when you look at porn.
Candy on weekends likes to study to be an RN.
I think like looking through like porn magazines like the equivalent of like going to a guy who still sells weed's house today. To like get weed, like you don't go to dispensary, you actually go to like a person's house. But like like once a year just to feel something.
And they think you're your friends.
Yeah.
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 Interesting.
I think it's the equivalent to that. I'm gonna kick it old school and buy a what was that, cherry? That was a nasty adult Mac cherry. Yeah, Club 21.
I just think of American Pie when like his dad comes in with the magazines.
Yeah.
And he's like shaved for the more modern, and is like going through the different types of magazines. And he's like, you see her eyes, and she's kind of like, hey, big boy. He's like, I got it.
Well, Jesus, think about
out of my room.
Think about how like outdated that movie is, right? The whole thing, fucking an apple pie today. Yeah. Go buy a fleshlight on Amazon in high school. You know what I'm saying? Like, what an apple pussy feels like. No, you know what a pussy feels like. Because every kid's been watching porn for the past 10 years. You're just going straight to anal now if you're in high school.
When we were in middle school, I had like, I don't know, 6 or 7 of our friends sleep over my house when my parents went away.
And you all shared a fleshlight?
No. One of our friends ordered like 6 movies on like cable. And
at your house?
At my house.
Oh, your mom must have lost her mind when she got that bill.
And then the bill came, and like my stepdad at the time was like, listen, if you would have gave me the heads up, I would have taken care of the bill without your mom ever seeing it. But you didn't say anything, and here you go. Now you're grounded. And I was like, fuck. I was like, I didn't do it. It's like our horny friend was like, why do I have to order 6?
I was in a hotel a couple of, like 2 years ago. When I was going through my divorce. It was bad. I was very depressed.
Yeah.
I was in Texas buying a coin deal. and I was like looking desperately. It was like a massage parlor. I was like, what a good rub down and jerked off. They're very hard to find in Texas. Bible Belt. So I just wound up ordering some porn on the hotel because Wi-Fi sucked. It was so bad. I'm going to kick it old school. I'm going to buy a hotel TV porno for $19.99.
You're like, wait a second. That girl looks familiar. I think she works the front desk.
She works the front desk. I sure hope not. That was a big old thing. Dude, you hear that clip of like Charles Barkley talking about San Antonio? He's like, man, I only think San Antonio got's big girls. Like a lot of fat girls in San Antonio.
If she ain't, what is it's like, what does Shannon Sharp say?
She ain't 180, she ain't a lady. 210, I'm in. Whatever. But yeah, it's all big people in San Antonio, bro. A lot of big people in San Antonio, Texas.
Yeah.
Very fat city. No good looking people. I didn't see any good looking people.
Really?
Yeah, I thought I'd be like, oh, San Antonio.
I hear it's like a really clean city. So
it's a very clean.
I'm sure it's like changing now because so many people are moving to Texas.
I wasn't there for that long. I was like there for a day. It's a very cool city. It's beautiful. Like the Alamo. Then they have they got the river runs through the city. It's a beautiful city. It's very cool. I didn't really get to check it out as much, so I'm not gonna like say
I've never been.
I'm not gonna like talk shit, but I just didn't see attractive people. You know what I mean? Like every city you go to, like oh, that's a good looking bartender. No attractive people, bro. It's weird. It's like fucking weird.
Yeah.
Not even like good looking guys, good looking women, nothing. It was just like, it was a very odd city. It was like, didn't have it. It seemed like you go in like, oh, the city's probably got a lot of life to it. I didn't get that. It was not like, there was no buzz, you know, it was weird. I don't know. I don't know if I'd go back again to San Antonio.
I've never been to San Antonio.
Yeah, I don't think I would go back.
I went to El Paso once. That was an interesting city.
I want to go to Austin.
Austin's great. I loved Austin.
We're talking about trips.
I wanted to like move there. Rainy Street was so cool. I was like, this is what I want. It's like a bunch of old houses that they like redid and they're all bars.
That's cool.
Super cool.
Yeah.
And every bar is like a little different theme.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to own a bar in Rainy Street. That's what I want to do.
That's cool.
That's it.
Yeah, it was
awesome. Austin was great.
I was talking about going to Austin the other day because like looking for different concerts and stuff. I was like, we should just go to Austin and go to see a comedy show. I'm like, Joe Rogan literally built the greatest comedy club in the world right now. It's in Austin.
South by Southwest festivals are there too.
Is it?
Yeah.
I wonder who's playing there.
Yeah, we were talking about going there for the F1 race.
They're doing one in Austin?
They do one in Austin.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That'd be fun to go to an F1 race.
Yeah.
Went to a NASCAR race. That's a lot of fun.
I went to F1 in Miami a couple of years ago.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. It wasn't as cool as you'd think.
Well, I get it because like the track's different. It like goes through the city, right?
Yeah. But
so
they like have like fake water. Like it's like and like yachts set up. Like it's like like it's like on the water, but it's not.
Yeah. Yeah, NASCAR's cool because you just sit there and you just watch the cars go around in a circle. I guess Formula One, there's probably a good portion of the time where you don't even see a car.
Right. And it's a different like environment because it's
different.
Like, it's a money thing. So,
Yeah,
like,
it's different.
Yeah.
NASCAR, Lowe's Motor Speedway.
You're like, pull up a cooler full of like Bud Light and like fucking
BYOB, dog.
have a great time.
You could bring whatever you want in a cooler into that fucking stadium, bro. And it's just like hundreds of thousands of people.
Yeah.
It's a ton of fun.
Yeah.
That's a ton of fun. Yeah. Dude, NASCAR, that's a good time. I would go to a NASCAR. I say that. I probably would.
I want to take a couple trips this year. I haven't traveled in like through 2 years, 3 years.
You got to.
Well, other than I was in for work. I was in India twice last year. Like I've been traveling. I just haven't like. I didn't like taking like
a
good trips.
Yeah.
You know, we went to North Carolina for the game.
Yeah.
That was like
that was fun.
Yeah.
You got to it's expensive, bro.
Yeah.
It's like it costs money, but like you don't gotta go crazy. You know what we did for Spain? Devin's client, she cuts hair for this woman. Her daughter lives in Europe now. I guess her husband used to play like pro golf.
Wow.
And now they just like live in Europe.
Yeah.
And she's like a travel agent. That's what she does. She lives in
They
Portugal.
still exist?
I guess so.
That's pretty cool.
But she does it for herself. And she's doing the shit for us for.
That's awesome.
I got to tell you.
It's probably worth it.
I think it's like $200 because she's just something to keep her busy.
Yeah.
And she's doing everything. Booking the hotels. You just tell her what price range you want to be in, when you want to fly in, what do you want to do, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, okay. And she'll give you a whole itinerary.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so worth it.
She's going to like find us a driver.
Nice.
It's not like, oh, a limo, just some guy who speaks
right.
half English.
Right.
That's going to be our guy. I can call him. You give him $50 American when you get there. He's going to fucking love you. He'll make more in a week than he would in a month.
Yeah.
You know, in Madrid, right? And he'll just be our guy. I'm just like, that's the move. I was like, I think that's because that takes a lot of like oh, I'd love to go to do. Yeah. Now you got a plan. And it's the whole thing. Like, I don't want to do that. She's like, what do you guys want to do? I'm like, I want to go to a bullfight. She's like, do you guys want to see more of Spain? Nope. I want to be a nice area, close to the place, close to the shit. I eat. I want to know where all the good food places are. I don't want to see a single person from America when I'm eating. I want to like do the local food stuff. Find me a cool church and give me a list of like the top 3 art and history museums in Madrid. I want to know where I'm going to eat, and I want a couple of museums and churches to check out. And find me a hotel with a pool.
I like it.
And you're like, okay.
I like it.
And they just get back to you. I'm like, that's the way to do it.
That is definitely the way to do it.
That's the way to do it.
I didn't know that was still a thing.
No, it is still a thing. I have a good friend. He used to, when his kids were younger, he would go to Disney every year. And I remember him telling me, he goes, if you're ever going to do a Disney trip, he goes, do it through a travel agent. I'm like, really? He goes, yeah, do it through a travel agent. He always does it. And you wind up like, they just get you better deals.
Yeah.
They can get you like the different passes. They work with different promotions, like food packages, stuff like for Disney, shit like that, where you're getting whacked anyway. Like you wind up saving thousands of dollars doing it through a travel agent. And like big,
that makes sense.
Like Liberty Travel, that's a big one. Like they have programs like an incentive. So like they just get
and
different
like back
deals.
in the day, everybody used a travel agent.
Yeah.
Now it's not as like frequent.
Yeah, but you know what?
Everyone's looking for the deal on cheap flights and kayak and all that shit.
Yeah, because it wasn't as easy to travel back in the day. Now it's easy, but it's still not. Dude, we spent almost 2 hours booking plane tickets to Key West for my brother's wedding. Just like dealing with the websites and this one and then like, dude, it's still a pain in the ass. And now a European trip, I don't want to fucking plan that.
Yeah.
I don't want to plan it.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah,
Convenience for sure.
Let me know when I need to be at the airport.
Yeah.
That's it.
Where we at?
111.
And on
that
note, hire a travel agent.
Hire a fucking travel agent for real.
Cue the Calypso. Back in a minute.
All right, bye guys. Follow, like, subscribe, share, talk shit. Goodbye.
Keep the comments coming.